Hey, everybody. If you are here, please, if you can, drop a comment below to make sure that you can hear me. Lots of problems that were happening with the microphone. So please let me know if you can hear okay. I can check and see if the microphone is picking up. Yeah. On my end, it sounds great, but let me know if it sounds good on your end. Yay, great. Thanks so much, Brian, for confirming that. Otherwise, I end up just talking to myself, which is not really what I want to do right now. I would rather share with everyone else. That's kind of the whole point here. So great, let's get started. This is talking today about Blue Ocean, and it's sharing about how Blue Ocean is very similar to branding. And what I wanted to do was give you a case study. This is what I was trying to do yesterday. And this is really good material. And this is a case study with a company that is called Life is Good. And why I thought this was really excellent to talk about is because the Life is Good company is an apparel company, and they do have some really good branding, but first they had to start with their Blue Ocean, and then the Blue Ocean is incorporated into their branding. So Blue Ocean and branding kind of goes hand in hand, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let me see if I can share my screen without everything falling apart, like what happened there. So hopefully you are able to see my screen okay and still hear the audio. Okay, if at any time there's any problems, let me know. I will need to look over in the chat more often to make sure that things are okay and that you haven't lost video, or let me make sure here there's no problems. I don't see anything in the chat saying that there's problems, so I think we're good to go. So this is called the Life is Good company, and they have a lot of apparel here. You can see there is a lot of t-shirts, graphic t-shirts. This is what they have focused on first. So lots and lots of apparel. Then they have moved out into other types of apparel beyond just t-shirts. But you can see that their main bulk of their products is t-shirts, that they do very well. They also are expanding out into different types of holidays. Notice that they've already got their Valentine's Day holiday up immediately advertised. Why? Because people are actually buying their Valentine's Day stuff now. So take note of that they know to get their stuff up and ready to for shoppers right actually before Christmas, because people start buying Valentine's Day stuff even before Christmas. There's a lot of planners, especially with Pinterest. People plan way ahead of time on Pinterest. So this is good for you to note that this company plans ahead and they know what they're doing. You can see how they've organized things, shop women, shop men. Look at the graphics, are very simple. There is nothing that is too terribly difficult. I know of a lot of graphic designers who could do this no problem and even do more intricate designs that are far more detailed than this. Notice their pricing is around $28 mark for their shirts, their basic t-shirts. Again, you know, that's before shipping, I think. Yeah, I'm sure that they are going to charge a shipping charge on top of that. So how do you charge $28 for a t-shirt when people over on Merch by Amazon, they're trying to fight in this battle of, you know, can I even just get it sold for $17.99 or even $19.99? You can go much higher than that. And here's proof of concept here is $28 is their starting point. There's no reason why you can't do that too. You have just as good of designs, if not better. And you offer probably the same type of quality or similar. You can take a look at what is going on here. Now, here's the most important thing to learn about why they are able to charge higher prices than anyone else, and that is because of who they are and what they're about. So let's go to the About section and explore this a little bit further. Okay, now if you don't know this company very well, you will know them right here within 2 seconds. They are about optimism. So this is their blue ocean, is optimism. And just let me check, make sure that you can still see and hear. Awesome. Otherwise, I'll get carried away and you won't be able to get as much as you can out of this. They are about optimism. So this is their blue ocean. They have taken something as simple as a t-shirt and paired that with optimism. And they have 3 things here: good stories, good vibes, and good times. They encourage their shoppers to participate in the optimism by sharing their stories and sharing how they can inspire others. So this is a key point of who they are right here. This is their purpose, their mission, their philosophy. So what they're saying, that it's not just a viewpoint, it's not just cheerfulness. For them, what optimism means is it goes much deeper than that. And it is the starting point of a lot of fruits. So you can see their illustration here is very good. A nice visual to describe and help understand what they put into words over here, where this is the root base is optimism. And from that, we have the fruit, the leaves and the branches of all of these things that encompass optimism. So they're saying that focusing on the opportunities, optimism enables us to explore the world with open arms and eye towards solution, progress, and growth. So that's what they want people to do, is focus more on solutions, focus on progress, and focus on growth. And they want to encourage that. And they say, hey, it makes life a lot more fun, right? To be in a world where you see the viewpoint of optimism. So again, this is a perspective. This is how you see the world. And everyone sees the world and how we live through a different set of glasses. They have different lenses. Some people might be negativity while others are optimistic. What they've done is they've centered their whole company based around optimism. And guess what kind of customers they're going to bring in? People who view the same thing, people who have the same values and beliefs about optimism. Therefore, they probably have less customers complaining, less problems with customers in general, and they can get their prices up because they are able to dig right into that audience that has the same philosophy. They're looking through the world through the same set of glasses. And that's what you want to do, is tap into that audience. So it's going to bring them better customers in the long run. But more importantly, they've taken apparel and they've paired it with optimism. And when you take those 2 things, that's a blue ocean. There's not a lot of companies out there that are based on this type of mission or philosophy. So this is their blue ocean. And then they took their blue ocean and made that their complete branding, which I think is fantastic. So it says, we all focus on grows. So take in some inspiration, pass it along to friends, or share some of your own today. Now, how can they encourage customers to do that? Well, partly from doing some of the marketing for them. So they encourage customers to share their stories through video, through pictures in social media. And they can share, most importantly, by wearing the shirt that they are buying, which I think is revolutionary, to say, hey, if I want to feel good and be inspired every single day and have more optimism and see things in a more optimistic way so that I can have a better way of living, maybe it's a healthier way of living, then why not surround myself with these things, including what I wear? Now, if it's on a t-shirt, not only does it help the person as a reminder who is wearing the t-shirt, but it also inspires and helps everybody who sees the t-shirt. So with this girl, she's out in public, and then the first thing that people want to do is look and see what her shirt says. And they will even ask, hey, what does your t-shirt say? And then that gives her a chance to share. And that's going to inspire someone else. And that's how this company is teaching their customers to pass along optimism. Now, along with passing on that optimism, they're also passing along their brand and their products that represent all of these things. So can you see the full circle that's happening here? And then encouraging them to share in many, many ways, not just wearing the shirt, but take a picture of yourself wearing the shirt, share it on social media, share it with us, do a video, share your story. And the marketing just keeps going and going and going. But you can't have this kind of really good marketing unless you start with a blue ocean and you take that blue ocean and make that your brand. That is your complete brand. And now you have a clear message. You have an audience that you can target and go after much easier through your marketing efforts. So let's come over to Pinterest and see what it looks like over here. If I just type in life is good, we do have some pins that show up here. None of them are real phenomenal. We just see a basic graphic of what some of the graphic designs look like on their shirts, but it's not clear to me anything other than here's a cute graphic. It's not clear to me that there's anything for sale, that there's a product. It's not clear the brand at all. So I'm not really associating that with a brand as well, unless I see a logo. So there could be a lot more done with their marketing, because just typing in their brand name, I should see all of their pins pop up right up on top and be really awesome looking pins that I would not ignore. So things like this, people will read it and say it's cute and then go right on by. They're not going to take action on it because there's nothing on the pin that tells them to take action. There's not even a call to action button on the pin. So why bother spending too much time on it? They're just going to ignore it and go right on. So while they have a blue ocean and really good branding, unfortunately, the messaging of their blue ocean, their branding, is not doing as well as what it could be doing here on Pinterest. So let's take a look at their profile. We're going to go to people, and here they are. Okay, so they've got a lot of followers, 19,000 followers and just 372,000 monthly viewers. I would expect that to be up a little bit. I would expect that to be up way higher than that. So that's telling me that they need to do some SEO work, some good keywording happening here. They have at least their showcase, their featured boards going, and taking a look, their latest pins do look a lot better than the ones that we saw. Unfortunately, those pins weren't popping up to the top. They weren't surfacing for their brand name, which is strange. So somewhere they're not getting their brand name in even the pin description or in the board description where they should be seen right away for their brand. So this is great. We were just talking about this, focus on the good. And they took the optimism and they made it part of the text overlay of their pin, which is amazing. And then they took products, which are their sunglasses. One thing I would like to see is their logo. I do not see their brand, their logo on this pin, which is quite dangerous for them to do that, because that makes it easy for people to steal that pin and use it to drive traffic to their own site. So they definitely need their logo on there. That's their watermarking. And it also helps people to get familiar with their brand, so they could associate the brand with the focus on the good, where they have that optimism feel, the branding that is associated with their products. So this is quite interesting that there's no logo. There also needs to be a call to action button like shop now. Focus on the good, shop positively now, shop optimistically now. They could incorporate that all in with a convenient little CTA right on the pin itself. And then of course here, the pin SEO is not very good at all. The pin description is very minimal. There's not that many keywords in here, and this wording could be much better to describe a problem, a solution, how their products are a part of that solution, all the things that their products do, and then shop now at Life is Good. So, you know, none of that is in their pin description either. That would really help it to reach more people just with those simple few things that are there. So let's take a look at their boards. And they've only got 22 boards. And I advocate a minimum of 30. And I could see where they could get up to 75, no problem. And in some cases, it might be better to go even higher than that so that they have a bigger reach out to different audiences and audience groups. So you can niche down further through your boards here. If you look at the titles of the boards, they are not real great with SEO. Happy Halloween, there's probably 20,000 boards named the same thing. And they really need to define that better and niche that down. So Happy Halloween what? You know, we need some more keywords added to that title. And I'm guessing that there isn't much here for a board description. No, there is not. So they could really do some amazing SEO work on their board description. And most companies don't because they don't understand that Pinterest is a search engine, and this is how the search engine operates. It's not necessarily a social media site. So while they have a lot of followers, you know, the followers are not totally engaged because I would see more monthly viewers happening. They're not really engaged 100% of the time. And so many of their pins have become noise. The pins that we did see were very good. Let's take a look at a few more here. So they could do a lot more with their boards. And yeah, see, pins like this are not so good, but it looks like they're starting here to do a better job with their pins. And here, these two are some of the best ones that they have. This one is even better than what we've seen. Luck is everywhere you look. That taps into the blue ocean branding of optimism. They show multiple product pictures and they have a call to action. The biggest thing that's missing on their pin right now is their brand, their logo. I have no idea why they're not putting their logo on their pin. That is definitely necessary for them. They also need a better SEO description, but that's pretty much what it is for almost everyone. So it wouldn't be too hard to fix that. And if we take a look here, here's another good one. This is a smaller size, but it's still okay. It's probably still the 600 by 900 pixels, which is the minimum pin dimension size for Pinterest. And it says something very simple, feeling lucky. Again, that taps into the optimism. And we can see a picture of 3 different shirts, 3 different designs to pick from. These are their new St. Patrick's Day t-shirts, special edition tees. They have, so this is great where this is something special edition, or you could say limited edition, and then shop now. So this is time sensitive by saying special edition and then shop now. Here's one problem is that when we do click through the pin, you'll see what happens. Now, yesterday there was nothing there. Today there is. When I was looking at this yesterday, there was nothing. So hopefully they changed the link on that pin, or I was looking at a different pin that had a broken link. But what happened was it didn't take us over to all of their St. Patrick's Day collection shirts. And here it did. So you can see what they did with their store. I was trying to see what type of store this is that they have, if I can tell. Usually I can tell if it's a Shopify store or if it's custom built. They have their entire collection here of their St. Patrick's Day tees, which is a great idea. You really do need to have pins that are featuring collections from your store. You can do the same thing with Amazon, featuring a collection of your shirts. If it's all under one brand name, you can have a link going to a collection of your brand name. And it's not as easy to do with Merch by Amazon because you don't you don't own the space as would it be in your own store, but there's things that you can do and learn from that. So sometimes having a collection behind the pin can be even better than just one pin going to one product. Because once you get here, it's real easy for the shopper to see which one they might want to pick out and purchase and know that there's more than one choice available. If you do have a pin going straight to a product, you really need to have something at the bottom of this product. And in case they don't want this product, if they happen to scroll down, they need to have a section right here with related products so that they aren't going to leave your page quite yet. They can check out what else you have to offer that is similar, something that they may like that is better. So this is a great strategy right here. Very good looking pin. They're starting to really ramp that up a little bit. Okay. Other pins that are great are these long pins. This is probably pushing it to be too long. You don't want it to go over 1200 pixels, and 1260 is what Pinterest says, but I don't have them go over 1200 in length because they get cut off and you can't see the entire pin. So this one might be a little bit too long, but kindness is cool. 3 ways to practice compassion. We do need to see their logo here, but this is going to take us to their content, which is a blog post. And 3 ways to practice compassion. So if you are not blogging and writing a blog post within your store or somewhere, WordPress something, you need to be doing that now, because blog posts like this, they bring in a lot of shoppers. You can easily have a product posted right inside of your blog post. Very, very easy to do, especially if you're using Shopify. You can have the buy button where you have some products that are there, and they can take a look at those products and say, oh, wow, that's so cool. Well, you're also inside of their store, so you can see what else they offer here as well. And they realize that was an awesome article. I received a lot of value out of it. Oh, it's a store I've never heard of before. Let's go shopping. So blogging is very, very powerful. It's a very old way of marketing called content marketing, and you definitely need to put that into practice if you're not already. I even have clients that I work with that are still not doing blogging yet, and they are sitting at 6 and 7 figures in their Shopify stores. So it's something that I would want to do immediately if you want to get beyond even the 6 and 7 figures and do it on a regular basis. Those blog posts will actually perform better for you than just doing products all the time. And you have a nice combination of things that can now target a wider audience by incorporating things into blog posts. Kindness is cool is okay, but their title was better, and they could do a better job with their title of their blog post to make it more captivating, to get people to want to click through. So 3 easy ways to practice compassion is actually a better title to put on here. Otherwise, I look at that and say, oh, that's a cute picture. But here it is right here. I would probably want to make that much bigger and up to the top, because this is a very compelling title that would want to make me click through and find out, oh, what are those 3 ways? I want to learn more about it. And then that takes you into their store. So if you're not blogging, definitely start your blogging now. So you can take a look at some of the pins that they're creating, what they're doing, what's working well for them, and maybe what they can do better. And this is a major company. They have products in retail stores as well as selling online. This is a major, major company, and they have a lot of room to grow here with their marketing skills on Pinterest. And you could definitely outsmart them in being a competitor, just simply because you know more about how Pinterest works. You know how to have clear marketing on Pinterest. Pinterest is a different animal. It's definitely different from anything else out there. So you could really step this up and do just as good, if not better, as some of the major retailers that you're seeing here on Pinterest. What's also interesting is if we take it back here, and now let's check their product pins and see what their product pins look like. So notice that I moved this out to product pins. That is a new feature that's been installed because of the Shop the Look pins that just started. They're probably not doing Shop the Look pins quite yet. I would encourage you to incorporate that in if you have a Shopify store or a WordPress site and you have rich pins. If you've got rich pins, your domain name is claimed, then you can do Shop the Look, where you can do product tagging right on top of the pin. What happens is a little dot will appear on that product. And when people are on a mobile phone, which most people using Pinterest use a mobile phone app, they click on that little dot and it tells them the price, the product, everything. And then that takes them right over to your store to go shopping. So they don't even have to click through the pin anymore. They can just click on that dot to get information and then go and start shopping. So I encourage you to be tagging your products if you have rich pins. Look at their pins. Nothing is real phenomenal. And I see things like this, just these small square images. And a lot of it is from other stores selling their brand in their store. And they are not even doing a great job either of creating some eye-catching pins. It all pretty much looks the same and it's kind of boring and tedious and nothing really jumps out. It is all getting ignored. It's just too small. These are too small of squares. The minimum pin size dimension is 600 by 900 pixels. That's pretty big. So like this is the minimum size right here. That's the smallest size that Pinterest wants you to do because they want you to really make it large enough to where it's easy for people to see. So they could really, just by making their pins bigger and doing that consistently, that would work well. And I'm not seeing very many of their product pins showing up. So they definitely need to be pinning and getting things in here where it shows up as product pins. All of these are now a way for people to search on Pinterest where they want to go shopping. So they look for product pins and different things that they want to purchase and buy. Okay. All right. I'm going to see if there's any questions or anything that I can help you with. That is how you can tap into branding a little bit further. Great. Everything's working out great. Excellent. If you have questions, drop them below. I would love to help you with anything that you're doing. And definitely take the time to go over to that company and explore a little bit further inside of their store, what they're doing, their Blue Ocean strategy, their branding. Take a look at their marketing, study it, make notes about what they're doing well, and write down notes about what can be done better and what you can learn from it. And I'm telling you, if you do this with brands that are already out there on a consistent basis, you will be able to develop your business a lot faster, accelerate it, and develop a major brand that will last for years and years and years. Okay, there's a question. The question is, I have a registered brand. How do I get the product pin you were just talking about? Okay, if you are only selling on Amazon, you won't be able to have product pins because, well, actually, that's not true. Amazon does have automatic rich pins. It's just part of what's automatically done in association with Pinterest. But as far as being able to do the Shop the Look product tagging pins, you can't if it's coming from Amazon. At this time, they won't allow you to do it because it's using Amazon links and they're being rejected. I've already experienced that to look into it. Okay, so you have WooCommerce. You can do it with your WordPress site with WooCommerce or whatever you're using with WooCommerce. As long as you have your domain claimed, you want to get that set up so it's claimed. And now that's going to enable your rich pins to happen. And all you have to do then is pin your products. If you want to do the product tagging, you will have to pin your product right on Pinterest first. And then it'll walk you through product tagging and tell you how to do it, how to get your link in there. You'll have to do everything one time, pin one time in your store, preferably. What I mean by is pin that pin to your store board first, always. And then from there, you can take that pin and schedule it out to all of your other boards if you're using Tailwind. Or you'll have to just pin manually that same pin out to all of your other relevant boards. So as long as your domain name is claimed, you do have to pin directly into Pinterest first. You got to do one manual pin to do your product tagging. And then from there, you can schedule that same pin out to everything else. I have seen some amazing results coming through with the product tagging since it was introduced just about 2 months ago. That is now for most e-commerce stores, what I always see is their store board is number one. That is what comes in through the Pinterest analytics all the time, is that board is number one. But now what happens with this product tagging is a new board is created that is in your, it sits kind of near your secret board area. And that's where all of your products are being tagged, is inside of this board. Okay. So you can go into that board and you can pin out straight from there if you want, and do it on a consistent basis. After you have started tagging some of your pins, it will fall into there. Now that board with your products tagged inside of that board is now what I'm seeing becoming number 2 as the second top board in performance. That's how high it jumped up in just a matter of 2 months. That's faster than what I've seen most store boards jump up in popularity according to the analytics. So to me, that's very, very positive news, that's stating that actually your product tagging is so effective that board will probably become number 1 over even your store board. So you want to make sure that you get all of your pins with a product tagging that turns them into product pins, will go out into all of your boards, because those product pins carry now a lot more weight behind them. So that was really, really great for me to see in the last couple of months. And I knew when that new feature came out, I wanted to get on here and tell people right away, you need to be tagging your products and your pins right at the beginning of 4th quarter. And this was in October when this was introduced. So hopefully some of you got serious about it and did. It's really hard to do in the middle of 4th quarter like that, but that's when a lot of the new major announcements come out with Pinterest, is right in 4th quarter, when it's the busiest shopping season. So with this information, you need to be doing this now. And you need to be doing this every single month so that when 4th quarter rolls around again, you are set up and ready to go, and you will probably have your best sales ever, because you have everything in place and you've been working on it since quarter 1, since 1st quarter. All right, any other questions? Definitely, you can drop down questions below at any time. Join the Pin Traffic Power Facebook group and ask questions there. Glad to help you out. If you need help and you want more personalized one-on-one work to help you maybe strategize out your boards, you might need help trying to figure out what your blue ocean is and what your branding is. I would be more than happy to work with you in a private consultation call. I've had some requests for that. I would love to help strategize with you to help you figure out what your blue ocean is and what your brand is if you're stuck in that area, And then that is going to make it clear for you then how to get your boards into place and strategize from there on out. Another question, are videos or GIFs the way to go moving forward? The GIFs, they perform okay. The videos do quite well. And I would encourage you to spend more time with the videos and do the YouTube integration with Pinterest. So that's brand new, just 2 months ago with the YouTube integration. You definitely need to be doing your videos in YouTube and then pin those onto Pinterest and your boards. You could do product videos. You could do testimonial videos. You can do customer review videos. There's so many different types of videos that you could be doing for your products, for your brand, for your store. They could be stories. Maybe there's stories that you have, stories about your business, stories that your customers are willing to share. They can be featuring products. Maybe it's a new product line that you're releasing in your videos. There's so much that you can be doing with videos that you need to get those YouTube videos out onto Pinterest because of the direct integration with Pinterest. A lot more weight now is happening with those pins behind those YouTube videos. The YouTube videos have been doing well for a very long time. And I think they're going to do even better now because you can connect your account with your YouTube account. So you also may want to consider doing the video pins. That is something that I don't think too many people know about, but this is brand new as of probably 2 months ago. You can now create video pins. At first, it was only for promoted pins, but now they've made it to where you don't have to make it a promoted pin in order to have a video pin. You can just do pins that are your uploaded videos. In other words, you can now upload your videos right into Pinterest. And those are your video pins. So I would be doing video pins and you pinning from your YouTube channel that's connected to your Pinterest account. I would be doing both. So video pins plus your YouTube pins, do it all. And it's going to help you reach a lot more people, a lot more shoppers. Any other questions? Okay, if you want to take it to the next level in your business, find your blue ocean, get your branding going, make sure that you are on top of your Pinterest game. You can definitely beat out your competition so easily on Pinterest. I'm telling you that right now. I was just contacted by a company who is doing pretty well, and they haven't even started in the Pinterest space yet. So I was doing some investigating and research and shared with them some information about what they probably should be doing right now, as they have virtually no competition on Pinterest. So, I want to share the same with you as what I would with, with these companies that are 6 and 7 figures and more that I consult with and help you as well. It's because the same strategies, the same tactics, the same principles of what you need to be doing are true no matter what types of products you sell or where you sell at. It's for all of e-commerce. And these Pinterest marketing strategies can be put into place very easily, and they can be worth your time because your pins will last for years. Okay, I'm going to close out for now. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you're able to take away some good information about Blue Ocean strategy, about branding, about different ideas and things that you can do to take your Pinterest game to the next level. So I will talk to you again very, very soon. Have a great day.